Hello the beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rose Shiweva. I'm back with another exciting video. So today I'm talking about the reasons why a lot of foreigners are actually choosing to leave China. And I'm not trying to create any kind of stir commotion or something like that, but some of you guys have asked me if you still could come to China, and other people were texting me like, Rose, I don't really know if I want to come to China, and I'm not sure about it. And here maybe are just some reasons that could make you understand what's like life right now in China, and it could help you make your decision. But here are the reasons why a lot of people are leaving China. And first of all, I could say that just the current situation in the world is not really favorable anywhere in the world, but specifically in China it's more kind of severe, because with what's happening, of course we know what's happening. The pandemic is not there are so many rules in this country, like in China, where people are just starting to feel like it's not really a favorable place to be. And I'm not trying to distort the agenda of keeping everyone safe and all that. No, that's not the main reason of this video. So please bear with me, give me your feedback, but be kind. Yeah, so the reason why most of the foreigners are choosing to leave China is because the laws and the regulations are pretty much surprising every single time. So every time when you are living in China, there will always be a surprise, whether you go to the bank, whether you go to like the hospital, whether you go to like different places where you could get some services. There's always a surprise that can pop up, and there's always a surprise that with policy, there's always a surprise with like laws and regulation in general. And that in a long time, that's actually not favorable for foreigners, because at the end of the day, if you're not in a place where it's really accommodative and you know what is next, it's always surprising, and a lot of surprises, you'll be like, okay, what is the point of me being here? So that's one of the reasons why people are leaving. And another reason why people are leaving is because, yes, there is freedom, but is there really freedom? You know what I mean? Is there really freedom? And I feel foreigners are so much used to the freedom, and at the end of the day, it just becomes, when you live in China for a long time, it just becomes so loud that yes, there is freedom, but is there really freedom? I think that's one of the a great a very underlining factor that a lot of people start feeling like, yeah, I know there's freedom, but is there really freedom? You know what I mean? So another reasons why a lot of foreigners are leaving China is that jobs are there, but they are only favoring a minority of people. Okay, foreigners are already a minority group of people in China. However, the fact that not all jobs are welcoming all races and all foreigners from different backgrounds, this is really a questionable situation. And yes, there are different jobs that people can do in China, but they are just favoring a few people, and that's why a lot of other few people are leaving China, because a lot of things you have to be asked, who are you, where are you from, what is your skin color, not like directly, but we all know that questions like where are you from are trying to determine how do you look like. And another reason why people are living in China is racism is just an everyday experience. And racism not in a way that it's really bad. No, it's a soft kind of racism whereby people are experiencing this race question from day to day. And this race question kind of stir up emotions in you. And if you do that for a long time, obviously you would be tempted to leave China. And that's why a number of people are like, I'm done with this. I'm done with people asking where am I from. And that's why people are leaving China. All right. But anyways, another reason why a lot of people are choosing to leave China is because stability and long-term security, in terms of like stableness of it, like stableness in the sense like, you know, you want to be in a place where it's kind of straight stable. And as I mentioned, there are a lot of surprises that could come up with laws and regulations and policy around foreigners. And yeah, like in a period of time, there could be just some great changes. For example, like let's say there were a training center that recently closed in China, and a lot of people lost their jobs, especially non-native speakers of the language. And those type of like stability wise, it just becomes questionable, and it's not really secure enough. That's why a lot of people end up leaving China. And another reason why people are leaving China is like the connection and relationship can be so dissatisfying for a lot of us. Like our connection relationships can be so dissatisfying, and yeah, those are the reasons why, like, you're like, if you are not in a place where the connections are not really deep and they're not really that uprooting your spirit, you end up feeling like, well, maybe this is the time for me to leave. And another reason why people are leaving China is because there are great opportunities, yes, but for example, students don't really get to experience that internship practice, that job practice, that practice of what they've studied for. For example, I studied urban planning, and I know I can get a job as an urban planner, but I think that would be a really, really hard task for me. Because okay, for urban planning, like architecture, it's a little bit easier, I could say, and for business it's easy to get a job in China. For like marketing, for marketing, finance, entrepreneurship, international relations, those type of careers, I think you could get an opportunity in China. But in things like medicine is a very, very a big field that you need a stable place to practice, and those kind of practice, like professional practice, are really not there for foreigners, and that's why we choose to leave. We just choose to leave, you know. And another reason why people are leaving is because the border has been closed for too long, guys, and we cannot go out in and out of China. It's either you leave forever or you wait until the border opens, and that's sad. That's sad. People don't want to really, like, it's just sad, you know. It's very sad. The borders has been closed for too long, and people feel like, okay, let me just leave forever, because now if I cannot go and come back freely, then I will might have to leave, you know. Another reason why people feel like they want to live in China, yeah, at the end of the day, whether you lived in China for 20 years, 70 years, you will still always feel like a foreigner. There will be no place like home. China will always be, you will always be a foreigner here. And every day you actually get to experience this, like, oh, that Lawai, that black person, oh, that foreigner, oh, that, you know what I mean? So this is the everyday experience, and that's why a lot of people choose to leave. And another reason why people are choosing to leave China is that it will never feel like home. I feel it's connected to my last point. It can never really feel like home. You will always be that foreigner, as I said. And also just the whole experience of you being a foreigner, it will never feel like home. You will always feel like you are that outsider, and that's just how it is. No matter how many years you want to live here, that's just how you're gonna feel. All right, so those are some of the reasons why foreigners are actually leaving China. Maybe for you have experienced living abroad, or you have experienced being in China and you left China. You could let us know your experience, or what were the reasons that pushed you really to leave China. And at the end of the day, it's transitioning and changing environment. It's not a problem, and I think we should normalize that, because a lot of us find it so difficult to make that decision to actually leave China or leave places that we are and go back to our home countries or go wherever we want to go. And I think that we should just normalize it, because it's a transition. It's part of life. We cannot be in one place forever. Right? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do give this video a thumbs up, and let me know in the comment section what is your thoughts about leaving a place, or what was your experience like. Whatever the case is, let us talk in the comment section. All right, until my next video, stay humble, stay positive, and work hard towards your goals. And bye.